Hello, Lamborghini fans that also happen to like Hot Wheels toys. So we have the Lamborghini Sian FKP 37. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I apologize. Number 85 of 250. I think this came out in 2022. This is their first colorway, I think. It says copyright 2021, so I think this is it. Anyways, it says 1 of 10 of the Factory Fresh sub-series. I'm looking at the dimensions published by someone on Wikipedia. It says wheelbase is 2700 millimeters. So let's take this calculator and these calipers and see what scale this is. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try to go off the middle of these humps here because the axles might be bent. We'll try this, 41.2. 65 scale. I'm going to try it axle to axle because I really want this to be 164 scale. Let's see. Middle of this axle. Middle of this axle. Yeah, 41. So I wasn't that far off the first time around. Memory recall. Divide by 41. Nope, it's even worse. So it's 166 scale, I would say, if you round up. Okay, now we know that. So it is a little small. It looks a little small, but you never know. So let's go to the Lambo website itself, and it's quite interesting. I didn't know most of this information. I just buy, model cars, just thinking they look cool, and then I learn about them after the fact. Here's a giant image to compare it to. I think Hot Wheels made a right choice picking these wheels. So it's the first supercar with a V12, but also it's a hybrid as well. So it goes 220 miles per hour. What else does it have here? Inspiration by the Terza Millennium. I can see that for sure. 48 volt hybrid system, 600 amps. That sounds like a lot, considering 0.1 will kill you. This is the first interesting thing. Supercapacitor hybrid system. So that's an interesting thing, the whole capacitor thing. Styled in-house by Central Style. Very cool. I can't read that name. And then tech specs. What do we have here? Displacement of 6.5 liters. 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds. All-wheel drive. And then some sort of consumption ratings. Okay, so that's it. Oh, here's a side view. Yeah, I mean, doesn't look bad. Alright, let's leave it on that sketch. The sketches look cool. Okay. Well, actually, I'm going to tilt the camera down anyways. So Hot Wheels put this metallic, greenish, goldish. It's kind of like gold green. And yeah, it's definitely metallic, but it's not glossy. It's actually like a matte finish, so it's quite interesting for sure to have a matte metallic. Okay. But yeah, as I mentioned, you got the 5-spoke wheels here. These are a bit rounder than the real ones, but I'll take care of that in a moment. So we have a plastic base here that's black, riveted together of course. And then you can see black plastic here. And yes, there's a little air gap there. I'm not sure why that would be the case. The window is smoked plastic. You can see that dashboard is so long. It stops here. That's crazy. And then the steering wheel's under there. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it's just weird to have a windshield this long and that dashboard cover like 80% of it. The wiper blades are sticking up. No paint though, of course, being a Hot Wheels. But what is nice here is there's actually a Lambo logo here. Let's see how good it is. Well, no text, but you can kind of see a Raging Bull there. And yeah, you get a better idea of this paint. Look at it. I mean, it's clearly a metallic, but it's not shiny. So it's an oxymoron. It's a contradiction. We have some silver paint, I think. Yeah, silver paint for that headlight, and then some casted and vents or whatever extra lights, and then some black paint here printed on. Some tiny little I don't know if those are LED spots or vents above the wheels or what. The vent looks okay there. Let me back out here. So more of these little vents or whatnot, or maybe they're air disruptors or something. You know what, I gotta get some other photos up. Alright, let's compare to some better photos here. So yeah, I can see it's 5, 10, 15, 20 spokes. It depends how you count it, but it's a 5 pattern wheel. And then looking at this rear image, it does seem to have vents right on the leading edge, sucking air in there. So that's quite interesting in its design. And then, yeah, I think the rear end, Hot Wheels did a good job there. Okay, so this little thing reminds me of the Terzo Millennio, that little wing thing. Okay, so let's get back to this casting now. So yes, those vents are molded in briefly. This thing, see, it does actually go in behind the metal there. It's just that the thickness is a little bit wacky. And then there's a fuel filler door, some more vents up there. I'm not sure why there would be 2 dots on the roof like that, but I do see a dot on that photograph. So then we have that plastic with the louvers going over the engine, and then this wing here. So I don't know if this wing raises up and down on the real one. It looks like it probably is adjustable, active aerodynamics and all, or if it's supposed to be in the up position all the time. I'm not sure. Okay, going to the back. I think this is the highlight here. First, it's got the name on the plate, right? That's good. It's all tricolor, Italy, and all that. Taillights, you know, they tried. It's red with some black, but I do think maybe something went wrong with the black printing, perhaps. Yeah, the exhaust has some recess. There's a fine texture in the grills here, so that's nice. Up here, that seems smooth. Yeah, obviously you have a thick wing on a child's toy. This is an exceptionally light model. Very light from my experience from Hot Wheels. The plastic base is part of it, but I don't know what kind of metal this is. Maybe they're formulated a lighter metal, but it feels really light. But it has to be strong enough for a child to step on, so I wouldn't be that concerned. Okay, well, I don't know if I can really print those wheels reliably. I could do it once, but I like to make my wheels available to anyone else that wants to buy them on Shapeways. So we'll have to see what happens. Alright, there we are with the wheels. Now, I didn't bother painting these edges silver because I knew I would mess that up. That's for sure. So I left it alone. I think you can also see now there is a brake back there with red calipers like the real car. So just the silver paint's missing on the edges. The tires are a separate piece as well, and then I oversized them as well to fill in the gap a bit more. I did add some black paint here. It looks like I actually have too much paint. I'm going to have to Q-tip that off later. There's also some black paint in here. What else? I think, yeah, a little black paint there. And I left the back alone because Hot Wheels did a good job for me already there. So I think that's it. So, yeah, this one oddly actually does roll quite well. It's not my intention to always, if I can make them roll, why not? But I actually prefer models that don't, because rolling models just fall off things and break. Alright, they're the wheels, by the way, and you can see how the faces are machined or something, or silver. I'm assuming they're machined after they're anodized. Alright, so I have 2 other Lambos by Kyosho. This one is called the Asterion. It's a 2014. I think that's a concept car, actually. I can't remember. Or it must have been really limited production, which I'm assuming this one was limited as well, the Centenario. Or if you're American, maybe you want to say Centenario. Or Centenario. Sorry. They're all funky looking Lambos. I think I like this car the most though. I like the styling of this the most. This the least. That's in between. Okay. I gotta say, I really like what Hot Wheels did with the printing back there, with the license plate, the lights, you know, the Lambo logo looks pretty good. They did a really good job, and then this paint itself is really funky, you know, it's not glossy, but it's still metallic, right? Very neat. And it doesn't look out of place next to the Kyoshos either. Well, let's let it spin on its own. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with this one. I'm going to keep this one for a little bit. Maybe I'll... eventually I'll put all my 3D printed projects probably up for sale as I run out of space. So, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching today. I'll see you the next time around. Bye.